Hey guys, Troubletcat here, recording for the Zombie Arcade, playing some Battlefield 3. This one's a live commentary. I'm recording this as I play it. And, topic of today's video, what's the big shooter of 2012? What year is it now? 2012. What is going to be the big shooter of 2012? And I'm kind of wondering about this, because you know it's going to be something, but you don't quite know what. Well, that's the video, guys. Man, this is taking way too long to load. Okay, one second. Okay, we're back now that I've fully loaded. I'm not gonna lie, I'm partly doing this live commentary because I spent all day streaming, didn't have time to record Meet the Weapon and get that up today, so I'm doing this instead. What gun am I gonna use? Fuck it, we'll use the M416. Absolutely fine, not a problem. But yeah, I figured this would be a good topic for a video because this is something I've been thinking about a lot, and I really don't know. God. Oh no! Not a good spawn. I really don't know the answer. Because, okay, let's break it down. What are the two big franchises in shooters? Okay, sorry I forgot, there's also Halo. But Halo is Xbox exclusive, right? It's not quite the same as Battlefield and Call of Duty, which are cross-platform. Those are the two really, really big shooters. You know, Xbox has got Halo as well. But for the most part, we're looking at Battlefield and we're looking at Call of Duty to see where's our next big contender, big shooter game gonna come from. And for 2012, well, I'm gonna die. I'm absolutely not gonna live. Okay, we killed each other. Best outcome I could have possibly hoped for. For 2012, we're not gonna see Battlefield 4 in 2012. I mean, it could happen. DICE have said they're working on the next Battlefield title. I would be extremely surprised if a Battlefield game came out in 2012, however. Firstly, because DICE doesn't really work that way. It's always previously been more than a year between their releases. And secondly, because it'd be bad for their image. It'd be bad for their business. They would look more and more like Activision, greedy, just pumping out sequel after sequel after sequel, year after year. And I think DICE really doesn't want to have that be their image. So, I find it kind of unlikely that we'll see a Battlefield game in 2012. None have been announced. It could happen, but I don't think it will. Now, Call of Duty, again, we don't have a title announced for this year, but with Call of Duty, we can be pretty confident there will be a Treyarch game in 2012. That's the format they've been following. 1 year Treyarch, next year Infinity Ward, and so on. We should have put Infinity Ward first because they started the franchise, but you get the idea. So it would be reasonable to expect a Call of Duty game to come out in 2012. But the question I asked you is this. I mean, would that really be something significant at this stage? It's kind of just a given there's going to be a Call of Duty game. It's unlikely to really change much up. I need to pay attention here for a second because I don't want this guy to kill me. He's going to kill me. His friend's going to kill me. Somebody's going to kill me. Not you, though. Gonna be one of these guys, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Not paying vast amounts of attention to my gameplay at the moment. Paying more attention to my wordplay, if you will. Is it actually going to be significant? And aside from that, I feel like Activision, it would actually be foolish of them, a bad move to release a Call of Duty game this year. So, I think they probably will. It's actually not 100%. And until, it's announced, obviously. And the reason I think it's not actually 100% is a lot of people were unhappy with Modern Warfare 3. I really didn't like it, but that's fine. I'm not really their audience anyway. I haven't been a Call of Duty fan since Call of Duty 4, really. I wouldn't say, I've played ones past that, but Call of Duty 4 was the last one I really, really liked. But a lot of people who are diehard Call of Duty fans have expressed that they're really unhappy with Modern Warfare 3 because of two reasons. Basically, some of the design decisions in Modern Warfare 3 were unpopular. That guy had a bad time. Some of the design decisions in Modern Warfare 3 were unpopular, but aside from that, I think, and it's the same as the reason Black Ops died out very, very quickly, is people are starting to feel, even diehard fans of the franchise, that it's getting a little bit stagnant. They've been doing the same thing every year for too long, and people are actually starting to get tired of it. Even like the diehard fans, a lot of them are starting to feel like, well, maybe Call of Duty isn't such hot shit anymore. Maybe there's other games I should be playing. And I feel like if Activision wanted to keep pimping the series out, keep making their money, The smart thing for them to do would be to skip a year, maybe not more than a year, but 1 year, build a new engine, go back to the game's roots, make it more like Call of Duty, basically roll it back, make things a little bit simpler, a little bit more distilled, and just try and put out another really, really polished game with some new tech and a few, like, sort of novel ideas maybe thrown in there, like they did with Call of Duty. And that'd be successful. People would have a year off with no Call of Duty release, and when the new game came out, it would actually be a new game with a new engine and new flow and all that stuff. And that's what I would do if I was Activision. Again, I can really see them, you know, putting out a game this year because they're going to milk this cow until it runs completely dry, and Modern Warfare 3 did sell. I'm not sure that would be a smart move, and what I'm saying is, I'm not 100% on the fact that we'll release Call of Duty this year. I'm pretty sure they will, because that's Activision, but even if they do, assuming they do, I'm not sold that it's actually going to be that significant. You know, I mean, it'll sell a lot of copies, but I bet I can't really see, you know, unless they pull out something, you know, really new and really fresh and actually kind of impressive, I can't see it being anything that'll actually be a major release in the sense that, you know, previous Call of Duty games have been, Battlefield 3 is, and so on and so forth. So, I'm kind of curious as to what's going to come out in the holiday season in 2012 that people are really going to take note of. Because Call of Duty is a given, maybe not, but it's probably a given. And at this point, I don't feel like it's worth even commenting on, because it's a thing that happens. And I want to know what's going to be the that's what I want to know. What's going to be the noteworthy, like the big noteworthy title of, I mean, I feel like even last year, although Modern Warfare 3 outsold, it was Battlefield 3 that was the noteworthy title, because BF3 was the game that was doing a bit more, that was interesting, that was exciting, that people hadn't seen so much of before. You know, it still obviously borrows from a lot of other games, but it's not exactly like Call of Duty, where it's very, very, very similar every year. And so we don't think there's going to be a Battlefield game next year. We're kind of running off Call of Duty. So what's it going to be? Any theories? I'm legitimately curious about this, because you generally expect to have some kind of inkling of what was going to happen at the end of this year that was really going to shake things up, or really be significant and noteworthy. And right now, we can be pretty damn sure there will be something, and it could come from Call of Duty, or it could come from Battlefield. But I think there's a better chance than there has been in the last few years for it to come from somewhere else. I mean, you know, we've had attempts, we've had shots like Homefront, Medal of Honor, and Brink, all trying to be like these big AAA shooters that all kind of fell flat on their face, partly due to those games having a lot of problems, and partly due to the market at the time not being receptive to it. What I'm feeling like is, this year, there's a real chance for a new IP to make a big impact on the genre, and that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm banking on. So, you know, it's sort of a question of, I'm sort of asking you guys, what's going to be the big thing of 2012, and what I'm hoping is, basically, that the answer is, well, we just don't know yet, and we're going to have to chill and find out, because that would mean 2012 would be an exciting year for video games, and we haven't had a year. We've had great games in the last few years, there's no doubt about that, but we haven't had any year for the first-person shooter genre that's been really, really exciting in a while. There's been some pretty exciting times in the RPG genre not long ago, and I mean, did it with real-time strategy, but it's been a while since there's been anything really exciting in the shooter genre, and what I'm really hoping is we're going to see that this year. So I'm just trying to, you know, generate some positivity and some excitement around the notion that in 2012, shooter players might actually get something unexpected and exciting and, you know, cool and new to look forward to. And I wanted to make a video reflecting the positivity I feel regarding the year ahead for gaming. And to get your guys' thoughts, you know, do you think there's a chance for some big new IP to really break into the market? Somebody who maybe we don't see coming to come in and pull out like a great release that really makes an impact on the genre? Or are you a bit more pessimistic? You know, do you think you know, Activision's going to release another Call of Duty game, it's going to sell 1 million copies, people might not be that happy with it, but they'll keep eating up anyway? You know, do you have that sort of more pessimistic attitude? Do you think that DICE is actually going to release a Battlefield game this year? Because it could happen. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Do you think that's the most likely thing? What do you guys think? It would be easy for me to give in to cynicism and, you know, just assume, oh, you know, we've had this same old, boring, dull shit that it's really hard to get enthusiastic about for years and years now. And it'd be easy for me to fall into the cynicism of saying it's just going to be the same shit again. There's not going to be anything to change it up. But I'm doing my best to actually feel positive about the year ahead. And I invite you guys to tear that positivity to shreds in the comments section. I'm going to end this video now because I'm pretty sure it's long enough. I done got my kills in. But leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And until next time, Troubletcat out!